Welcome back everyone, my name is LC and today we have another Mortal Kombat Onslaught video. Today's video will mainly be all about the tips to help you succeed in Mortal Kombat Onslaught. Now I have to be very blunt here. This video is going to get nitty and gritty, and what I mean by that is like it's not going to mainly touch on like, oh, the quickest way to do this, or like, you know what I mean, like the fastest way. No, like I have to really break down everything here and truly explain to you guys, because it's not easy to level up in this game at all. Like it's not that great, and I want you guys to feel like, you know, like that you're being lied to, essentially, you know what I mean. Like I want you to be as blunt as possible. So if this interests you, then make sure you stay till the very end, because I get into the nitty gritty of it. As always, I want to thank all of you guys for watching. If you're old, if you're new, just want to thank all of you guys, because you guys are truly amazing. We are almost at 1,000 subscribers. Well, we're getting there. We're honestly getting there. But remember the milestone: if we hit 1,000 subscribers by the end of 2023, then I'll be doing 1,000 subscriber giveaway. That'll be 2 games for 2 subscribers that have been subscribed to my channel. So make sure we hit that milestone by the end of the year. And now, without further ado, let's begin. So when you first start up the game, it'll bring you to the, well, I guess the story, I should say. So you're gonna start off as Scorpion, right? You're gonna do your missions and stuff like that. But you will notice that the story does get difficult as it goes on. So they're gonna give you some characters to use. And what I recommend is when they give you, well, not give you, first they give you a Shao Kahn, I believe. I highly think everyone gets him when they summon for the first time. I highly suggest that you focus on your main 4 characters that you get for the first time. Now, granted, if you get more than one 5-star, then definitely use them, put them on your team 100%. But if you get like a good 3-star, you have the option to upgrade them. I'll explain that later. But yeah, so for instance, I got Shao Kahn first, my first 5-star, and then afterwards I got Fujin relatively quickly after that. So unfortunately, I didn't put Shao Kahn in a higher like leveling, because I kind of want to focus on someone else. So for my main team, it's Fujin, Melina, Scorpion, and Johnny Cage. Sometimes it's Katana. It honestly depends. But yeah, you need to focus on 4 main characters. Don't worry about anyone else unless you kind of want to, but I wouldn't recommend it, because progressing in this game is not easy, because the resources are very limited. So you have to like really focus on like your strong characters that you have. So that brings me to the second tip, and that's focusing on the element factors they have. So you, as with the 4 characters, you're gonna need body, mind, and spirit. That's the main 3. Your main, well, yeah, 3 of the color, not the color wheel, like the, I guess the element wheel per se. That's the main 3 that you need on your team. You can run this like a strictly like, let's say, spirit based team if you want, but the problem is this game kind of runs on the element factor of like, oh, someone's this color, or not this color, this element is better than this one, and like there's no like strictly just one element throughout like the whole fighting, right? So you really have to like mix and match your team. But what I do recommend though when it comes to team building is have a support. Definitely have a support on your team. Me, I just don't feel like it. I don't know why I don't. I just don't want Quan Chi on my team. I used to really enjoy him as a character. Now I just don't care. I just don't like him. But yeah, have a support on your team, because these fights get they're gruesome. Like it may seem easy to beat, but some of them are it's just not it. It's really not it. So make sure you have a support on your team, and make sure you understand the elements, and your team is well fleshed out in terms of elements. So again, body, mind, and spirit. Remember those 3. Now there are character clashes, I should say. Like for example, Fujin is an assassin, Melina's a warrior, Scorpion's a warrior, Quan Chi is a support, and Darkseid is a defense. I forget what Melina is. Yeah, Melina's an attacker. So these all have different like things per se, like different not stats, but like different perks. You could basically, they're kind of what's it called? They're kind of self-explanatory, you know what I mean? Like one's like a defensive, one helps your teammates, one does damage, all that good stuff. So I'm not gonna really go into that in terms of detail. But the next tip I do have for you guys is upgrading your characters. Now this one is kinda it's iffy. It's honestly iffy, because for instance, getting relics, right? You can get them when you summon, but the problem is you won't get a good one. What I've seen or what I've been through, I haven't got a single good relic. Like they're all common. They're none, unless you want to summon on the relic banner, then fine. But you won't get a good relic. At least that is my experience. Again, you won't get a good one, but invest in a relic that you think is good for your character. So it can honestly be any, like, it doesn't matter. Like, it's at the end of the day, it's like these common ones don't really do much. They help, but they don't really do much. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like, when you get a common relics, just honestly go whatever, do whatever you want. That's my advice. I could totally, now you can totally disagree. That's fine. If you want to go your own route, that's fine. But for relics, like in terms of common ones, just do whatever. When you start getting up there, like say the rares and like the uncommon ones, then you should definitely like read, which not read, but like definitely understand your relic and then like upgrade it accordingly. So next tip I have is the gear. Oops, sorry, I'm on the wrong thing actually. Where's gear? There we go. So yes, gear. Now thankfully this game kind of has like gear classes, or like sets, you can may say. So for instance, for Scorpion, I have his attack set. It boosts his attack by 35% if you have all pieces, if you have all 4 pieces of the attack set. So that's a good thing, right? That's absolutely a good thing. You can boost it up, and that's fine. I haven't leveled up most of my gear because it's not easy. It's not. You have to collect a bunch of gear to do that. And on top of that, you need money. Well, obviously you need money to upgrade gear. That's, most games have that. But it's not it's not, it's not what you think. It's honestly not what you think. So I say, well, for instance, when it comes to obtaining gear, you get them through almost anything, to be honest. But I recommend doing these challenges, the boss towers. Definitely do these 2 first. The third one, it's a little difficult because the difficulty is pretty high. And also they don't really give you much to, like, not much, but like they mainly give you the common rarity instead of like the uncommon, rare, all that good stuff. So let's try right now. Let me auto win it and show you guys. You'll see. See, uncommon. Uncommon again. Uncommon again. Oh wait, for the first time in life I've actually got okay. You guys sing it first, epic. Alright. I got my first ever epic in terms of this, getting it in the boss towers. So it's very rare, as you can see. But again, it's not impossible, but again, yes. So I stick with these 2 for now until you can beat this, and then you can start, auto winning it. These towers just for getting money, getting what tiers so you can level up your special moves, all the good stuff, and your passives. I just don't like that these kind of alternate sometimes. Like, this ends in 20 hours, and like, it should be a permanent thing, you know what I mean? But that's something for a different time. So yeah, in terms of gear, farm up your gears, like at least like try get as much as you can, and then put that into your main gear that you are focusing on upgrading, because it takes gear to level up gear. And I don't mean that like figuratively, I mean that literally. Like, it takes gear to level up your gear. Like, look at this. It literally, like, you have to, in order to upgrade this per se, I'd have to use any other gear like right here to upgrade it, right? And like, that's so blah. But like, again, it is what it is. But now moving to abilities, like I said earlier, those books that you saw earlier, they go into upgrading your abilities. So the Sai, or that's just the name of it. But they go into upgrading it. Now, unfortunately, only upgraded like maybe 2 or 3 times, and then you're at an immediate halt because it asks you for the green books. But it's so hard to get them. It is not easy. So like, unless you have money to spend it on, you're not gonna be able to upgrade it fairly relatively quickly. So do that boss tower as much as you can and try to farm up. But like, yeah, it's not easy to upgrade it accordingly. So just keep that in mind, right? And last tip I have in terms of for characters is soul binding. And now what that is, there are these souls where you can convert like specific orbs into like higher orbs, and that helps you increase the rarity of your character. So originally Melina is a 3-star, but I got her up to being a 4-star, and it goes all the way up to 6, I believe. Now granted, I don't have enough to get her to 5 stars. It's literally impossible for me, because unfortunately they don't give enough. They unfortunately don't. So I would recommend, if anything, doing the chasm. That may help a little bit, because they kind of do get some out, like right here. But it's not like it's often, you know what I mean? See, like this 2-star again. Like it's not great. It doesn't help you out. The only way that's like beneficial to get those orbs is if you summon a lot, and like you get dupes of your characters. But again, the problem with that is you're not summoning a lot because you're not getting enough resources for that. So it's not like it's not great. But in terms of characters, that's the tips I have. In terms of like resources, again, doing your boss towers, doing your chasms, right? Arena is a different story because you can actually get things. Oh, that's the wrong section, my bad. Let's go to the store. If you save up enough, excuse me, you can get money, energy, the books here actually. Actually, I might have to get this. You get 1,000. That might be pretty useful. You can get gear, a good relic, right? But it's kind of hard to get that. And okay, this video is kind of something like a bummer, and it's not a bummer. I'm just like keeping it like 100% real with you guys. Like this is like for me, this is the quickest like free to play way on how to progress faster because it gets hard real quick. And like I'm trying to just keep this just keep it so blunt with you guys, right? So I'm just keeping it all the way real. So. Oh, and of course. So next up is your daily missions, right? And now, granted, this is like the only thing that's like keeping me in the game, right? Like, cause the rewards that you get on like daily and like a daily and weekly thing, they're not bad. You can get gear from this. These things, these kind of like coins or whatever. I forget what they're called. Fighter XP, yeah. They help you level up your character. So that's a good thing. I don't really have any quarrels with the daily or weekly quests. The weekly quests, they give you at least like what? They give you 70, 75, yeah, 70 summons, which is actually 7 summons, but like not full summons, like singular summons, but like that's not bad, right? It's pretty, that's doable, it's all right. Or is it 70 or is it 50? I don't know. My brain is tapped out, but yeah. So daily challenges aren't bad. The fighter XP and your coins, they go into leveling up your character. Now, keep in mind it does help having those, right? But it also varies on how high level your character is, and what I mean by that is, if your character, let's say, is a 5-star, it takes more of your consumables than it would, let's say, a 4-star, like from Melina, right? So let's say she's level 75, level 77. No, that's understandable. It takes 24,000 for the fighter XP, yada yada, whatever. But for Fujin now, he's level 63. You think he could go higher? Only go up the same 2 levels. It's more expensive to upgrade a 5-star off the bat than to upgrade a regular character. So that's the unfortunate part too. But keep that in mind. So let's say if you want to upgrade a 3-star first and then boost up the rarity from the soul bind, you can do that. Or if you want to do it the other way around, you can too. The second last tip I have for you guys is when it comes to story, when you beat it, when you beat the first chapter, right? You beat Scorpion, you do everything, right? You won't be able to. Well, I mean, if you want to, but I don't really see it happening. You won't get all 3 stars. At least I didn't, because I'm not gonna do all those parameters right away. It's gonna be like very tedious and all that yada stuff. So what I recommend is when your character's really strong enough to like beat this like once over. Not finally, but do like these like objectives right here. That's when you can finally do it and like repeat the mission over again, because they give you the unfortunately it's three crystals, but you can farm up the crystals and then it help you get to more summons or whatever you need. So that's what I did. But unless you want to do the objectives like right off the bat, you can too. I mean, I guess I do that instead, because it's like you don't have to go back and do it all over again. But if you want to get through the story and just rush through it, then just use your characters and just split through it. Forget the objections. Lastly, the last tip I have for you guys is become a pay-to-win player. And I am so serious by this. Like, I mean, it's a little joke, but like I'm dead serious, because this game locks you behind a serious paywall that, like, if you don't pay up, you're screwed. Because for me, for instance, I'm not paid to win. I'm free to play, right? And when I tell you, it is so hard to progress like at a normal rate, like unless this is what they call normal. I'm only on Katana right now, and it's just like it took me so long to get to Johnny Cage. Like it took me forever, and I'm not even like the objectives. I'm not even close. Like I haven't even started it. Like because it was so taxing to do, and like it just turned me off from like doing the story. So unless you're pay to win, you're gonna like really struggle with this game, and that's the unfortunate part. Maybe okay, I don't want to like rule out this game, right? Because it's in its baby steps. You know what I mean? It's kind of figuring out like who it is, but the problem is like if you cater, most games cater towards their not free to play, their pay to win players, right? In some aspect, but they also leave something behind for free to play players, so they're not like totally lacking behind. But this game is just like, I don't know, like well, I won't even like hinder it, because like again, Mortal Kombat makes a lot of money, man. They know what they're doing, but in this instance, it's kind of, it's not really like it doesn't seem beneficial. Like, don't get me wrong, these rewards seem like really nice, right? Get 1,000, 120. You know, I mean, this would really be nice but for $40, I mean, that's not terrible, right? But let's say if you're failing in the game, you just don't have the money to spend on that, right? You're not getting anything that's gonna help you relatively like soon, right? Like, you're not getting any of this in a reasonable amount of time. So that's the unfortunate part, and I wish it wasn't like that. But again, maybe they'll change it in the future. Again, this just came out from my region. Maybe they're still finding their feet, basically. So I'm hoping that they actually change it. Progressing is going to be hell. Like, it's not going to be a good time for anybody. And I'm not saying like, oh, you should progress right off the bat. Like, you just want to take your time with it. But this one, it feels like forever. Literally, so much people are like, they're not happy with it because it locks you behind an incentive that you have to pay, or else you're not getting past these levels. So it's like, what can I do in this game? Essentially, you can't even do any of the challenges because they're just as hard as the story mode. So it's like, what do I do? Literally, what do I do? But that's all the tips I have for you guys. Honestly, I wish it was like under better circumstances, but like I kind of have to be blunt here, because if not, then like I'd pretty much be like selling you guys a lie, basically. I don't want to lie to you guys. I want to be as truthful as I want to be, and like tell you my experience as well. So, like, again, this, like I said in the honest impression video, again, this game has a lot of potential, but for right now anyway, like what I'm thinking right now, it needs to find its feet first in terms of like balancing its pay to win aspects and its free to play aspects. But that is it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys want to see more Mortal Kombat Onslaught videos, let me know in the comment section below what you want to see or what characters you'd like to see next. I am planning to do a tier list video sometime soon. And also, like, if this game will last after, its regional, like, worldwide release. So stay on the lookout for that. Also, remember, the giveaway is happening at the end of the year. 1,000 subscribers by the end of 2023. Remember, 2 winners, 2 games of their choice. So let's hit that milestone. Of course, you guys are amazing. Truly, it is a pleasure making a video for you guys. Again, I wish this video was under better circumstances, because, oof, this is a doozy, man. This is really a doozy. But hopefully it'll change soon. Hopefully it will. So once again, my name is LC. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next video.